So I wanted to talk about the visuals. I want to talk about how visuals program your mind. Let's get straight into it. I've been having this spirit has been putting this on my heart to speak about. So I'm going to speak about it. I'm going to start speaking about all the things that go through my brain that I should be messages I should be putting out, but I just be ignoring it. But now it's time. The time is now to get it out. I feel like people will understand and people will relate, and I feel like I'm not alone. So I need to my supporters or anyone who agrees with this message or who supports what I'm saying. I guess that's the same thing. Agrees, supports. I need y'all to like this video. Make sure you like the video. Show the support, because that's going to encourage me to keep on going, to know I'm not alone. Or you can just drop a 100 in a comment. Just let me know, like, yeah, that's facts. So the visuals they're using, if you notice that they're trying to program you with advertising, with every visual that you see. If you keep seeing something enough times, you're going to be interested in it. I don't care what it is. It's just like a song. You may not like a song, but if you keep hearing it enough times, you might start knowing the lyrics and start singing. It just grows on you. Same thing with visuals. It'll grow on you. Something that you didn't want to purchase. You keep seeing the advertisement for this thing. Next thing you know, you're purchasing it. So I think that this whole industry, this whole program, they understand how to continue to pound something into your mind, pound something, images into your face, or pound songs into your ears, lyrics into your mind to fit the agenda of what they want you to do. So what if these people have a bad agenda? Like, what if it's not a good agenda? So you want to be cautious of the visuals. You want to be in control of the visuals. So I see so many visuals. Like, it'd be something like, for instance, it's that the glow. I'll give you a good example. You guys remember that, and no shade to this company, because I've heard some people say that it works for them, but it didn't work for me. But there was a skin line, and I can't even think of the name. It's in a little yellow bottle. And when this thing first came out, it's a mask for your face. When this thing came out, they was showing it so many times. It was advertising it so much. I said, you know what? I'm going to purchase this thing. And I purchased it, and I didn't see that many good results. And I was like, oh, I'm done with it. And I kept seeing them advertise it. After I even used it, I kept seeing them advertise it. I said, it didn't work for me. But you know what? Maybe I didn't use it long enough. Let me buy it again. It wasn't the third time, though. I didn't buy it again because it just didn't work for me. But I had seen it so many times. I subconsciously felt like I needed it, and boom, I bought it. Just like Walmart, when they have things on those end caps, you go in the store for one thing, the next thing you know, you leave with so much stuff, because the way Walmart or a lot of these stores, they design them to display all this stuff. But part of it, a lot of those end caps are probably companies pay more to display it on the end cap, okay, so people can pass by it and purchase this stuff. So it's like, you keep walking past something, if you're not in control, if you're not setting an intention, and you're just a walking sponge, okay? So I'm trying to encourage people to remember that almost everything is always trying to control you, especially on social media. And don't be a sponge. Don't be a walking sponge, because you're subconsciously just picking this up. So what do we do to consciously prevent subconscious things that are unhealthy for you to succeed, okay, or to get their agenda, to hit an agenda across, which is to program you into purchasing this thing, listening to this thing, and everything. It can be lyrics. Like, if you think about our community and you think about lyrics in music, these lyrics, the most songs that are played, they're sexually explicit. They talk about broken families. The lyrics always go for calling a woman a side piece, or a a hoe, a bitch, whatever. They have all these narratives to downgrade the woman in hip hop, and I think that genre does it the strongest. I can't name any other genre, and you got to think about hip hop that stemmed from black people, melanated people. So that is the one genre of music where that we're downgraded the most. People sampled rhythm and blues. They sampled our music. They took our music, made pop, made country, made all these different songs. But do you know that they have a code into these other genres? These other genres, and I'm going way off topic, so I'm going to touch on this and I'm going to jump back. All these other genres, they don't degrade they women. They don't call them side pieces, bitches and hoes and this and that. It doesn't sound anything like how hip hop does. And we are the originators. So how can we let someone take what was ours and use it against us? Okay, so that's what they're doing. And I'm gonna break that down. I'm gonna break that down a little bit more, but let me stay focused on the topic of the visuals, because this is specifically about visuals on your phone. You're watching, and if my kids, I used to have to tell my kids, don't watch no fights. They used to be in there watching fights all the time. I told them, don't watch those fights. You don't watch, get on that phone and watch people fight. Next thing you know, you're going to be trying to fight. It's like we have this gadget and you can just type something in and it comes to you automatically. What are you typing in? What are you typing in? Because not only these visuals and these things that they're putting on this screen is unhealthy for you. Not only are these ads overly advertising, not only are there's these, the media is putting headlines out there, and your brain is subconsciously picking this up. You're putting headlines out there about police brutality, black people, getting beat by police. Or at this point, it's the police against all of us, really, and no matter what color. If you just, they seem like they discriminated. Of course they discriminated on us, but they seem like they discriminated just period. So we have all these visuals of these wars and these problems and people going to jail and this pedophile, all these visuals of these things, right? And they're constantly pounding in their head to get you to fear. They want to put you in fear. These are fear-based tactics, okay? Because if I can put you in fear, I can control you. I can, you're not strong. You're not confident in yourself if you're fearful. And if you're not confident, that means we can continue to program you. So the thing is this, if you understand the hidden agenda of what you're up against, then you can conquer. But if you don't understand what you're up against, you're like a sponge. You're just subconsciously soaking this up, and you're a part of the program, and you're going to constantly be a part of the program. So be cautious. These advertisements, it's these ads. I'm sorry, because I almost lost my train of thought because I'm in my son has basketball practice, so I'm waiting for him to get out of basketball practice. I'm utilizing my time trying to find some balance here, okay? Every second count, So, what I was going to say was, didn't mean to miss my train of thought, but there's so many avenues where they're trying to program your mind, and that you need to be aware, especially with advertising, especially with what you're putting in your search engine. This is so deep. Let me get to the deep part, because they're controlling you by advertisement. Now, let me tell you the next level of this whole thing. Everything that you're search, things that you're speaking out, every app that you get, that you got to sign, or I accept the cookies. You got to say you accept something. You're signing an agreement. And are you looking through that agreement? Because 9 times out of 10 in those agreements, it's saying something about having access to your camera and having access to your voice. Okay. So you can turn it on and off, but does that mean they don't have the capability to listen to it? So anyway, this data, everything that you're searching, every single thing that you're searching is being recorded. It's being, I wouldn't say recorded, let me use a better term. Every single thing that you're saying is it's going to control the algorithm of your phone, correct? But not only is it controlling the algorithm to where what you're saying is speaking on every these things that you want, they're going to overly push it, overly advertise the things that these phrases that you're saying, these things that you're doing, they're going to overly advertise it now on your phone. And that's more part of the control. These consumers want your business. These consumers want to control your mind. They want your money. They want your attention on, if it's a media, if it's a scandal, whatever. They want to keep you occupied and focused. We'll get to why. But they want to keep you occupied and focused. So what they'll do is they got these phrases. As soon as you got this phrase, say this phrase, it's popping up on your phone. It's popping up your phone. It's to keep you distracted, to keep you in the program, okay? So this is a new level of programming. The cell phones, I need you to understand this. This is a new level of programming. So if you don't have control over this, it's going to, let me go. So anyway, let me finish saying what I was saying. I was going there, but let me stay back on track. It's a new level of programming. So if you're saying all these phrases, guess what else they're doing? Not only is it hearing and picking up on this, what you're saying, and is overly, excessively advertising and getting you to feed in and buy into that. The one thing about this thing that makes it so messed up is that everything that you typed in, all your searches, there's records. Your records. These are your records, all your personal information, every single thing that you've ever searched up in your phone, everything, God knows what people are really searching up and looking at, okay? All this data is recorded. There's records of it, and they're selling it. Not only do they have all the records of everything that you are typing in and saying possibly, I don't know how deep, if they have the records of every call and every, text message, but I'm talking about just internet, period. That's another story about conversations and phones and tap in and text messages. That's personal information, but let's just talk about the searches, what you're searching up, what's on your mind. They got records of it. They're taking those records, and people are buying these records of you, of your information, so they can target you and make you buy into the thing that they're trying to program you in. And almost everybody has a hidden agenda. Why? Because they want to make money. 2, they want to put fear in you. 3, they want you to feel powerless. 4, they got so many different reasons on why. Everyone has these different hidden agendas. Businesses have these different hidden agendas. But at the end of the day, it's going to boil down to what? Money, survival, okay? So that's the root of it, I would assume, right? We would assume here. Because they're trying to get you to buy, or the rich want the poor to get poor, so they want to keep them into a mental cycle, and that is the reason. So the reason why they want to know what you're searching, the reason why they want to know anything that's going to keep you distracted, is because they want to keep you out. They want to keep you in the program. So if they have your data, if they know what you like, if they know what you're listening to, if they know what you eat, what you like to wear, whatever, if they have all these facts about you, they can. If you're always on your phone, which we have our phones like, we hold our phones like it's a breathing device. Like we can't breathe without them these days. So. Like it's a heart murmur or something like that. Like it's so important, right? So the thing is, they have this data, and they want this data to keep you controlled, to keep you programmed. So if I know what you like, I know what you want to listen to, I know the shows that you want to watch, I know the headlines that's going to catch your attention, I'm going to continue to throw these on this device so I can consume your attention, so you can't think for yourself. Because if you can't think for yourself, then you're still under a program. So a cell phone is really an advanced way to keep you under the program. It has been, don't know if it was designed for this to be like this, but it is abused, and it is now it is a way, because at first it could have been just a form of communication, just like a telephone. It was a form of communication, but the powers that be, So that they've looked at it a different way. Hey, we can continue to control people. Let's record their data. Let's get all their data. Let's keep them under their own lower level of thinking, their lower mentality of thinking, because you got to have your vibes risen up to even see what I'm saying. And if I keep you in this phone, your vibes can't even get rid. If they're thinking, if I can keep you distracted with the things that you like, all this stuff that's unhealthy for you, the things that these hidden agendas that we're putting out there, if I can keep you shopping online, if I can keep you looking at gossip, looking at headlines, if I can keep you, what else they do? Looking at the corruption in the world. If I can keep you looking at politics, sports, rumors. If I can keep you here, and I could take up your time. You don't have time to rise up. You don't have time to raise your vibrations, to see the reality, to get out of the program. You won't have time to do that. So that is why they are selling the data. So it's important to understand the fact. It's important to understand how powerful this cell phone is. If you got to understand that, so now you could deal with it accordingly, because you're looking at something as joy and entertainment, but literally this is something bad for your health, like drugs, like an addiction, and you don't even know it. You don't even know that using the phone is a whole form of an addiction, because they're programming you by the phone. They're programming you by it. Okay? And that's my food for thought. That's my take on this whole thing. I'm not going to hold you guys too long. I want to keep it short and sweet, but I want you guys to keep that in mind. I'll be back with some more messages. If this resonated with you, if you understand what I'm saying, if you're on a wave, make sure y'all don't let me feel like I'm out here alone. Please like, share, subscribe, do all of the above. Drop 100 down in the comment section. Let me know that you're feeling what I'm saying, or that you understood. Drop a graduation cap on there if you understand. Give me 100 if you know I'm speaking facts. But that's what it is, and I want y'all to be cautious. I want y'all to we got to be cautious. We got to monitor our usage. We got to be in control of them and not let it control us. And that is the biggest thing, because it's not a matter of not using your phone anymore, because we gonna be using our phone. But how are you using it? Are you letting this stuff program you? What are you doing on your phone? What are the apps that are on your phone? What privacy settings is on that phone? Has your data been breached? Find out how it's been breached. I've gotten so many emails. I'm gonna go back and check them out. People do get sued for data breach, and this is why, because their information is being sold, and when your information is being sold, that's like somebody it's like a form of blackmail in a sense. I know everything that you like, and I know everything that you search, and you know what? I'm going to sell it to another company so they can use it to their advantage. You get me? It's a form of, a big form of like systematic. This is a different form of oppression, to be honest. It's a different form of oppression. This is to keep you down, to keep you under. I got to control you. I got to control you somehow, some way. So instead of you getting on this internet and utilizing it for good and awakening yourself and connecting to other countries or connecting to other people that can, help raise the vibrations, I have to dumb everything down, because this could be a powerful tool. You could use it for good. But they want to make sure that it's not being used in that's the agenda. That does not get to a point where people are actually using it for our good. That's why so much drama on the phone. And I just don't even keep me necessarily. I do what I research on the phone. The only thing I'm using on the phone is research. I might tap into social media, but even when I do that, I don't like to be on it too much, because I'll get sucked in. I'll go on a news feed and I look at one thing and I notice myself getting sucked in, trying to see. And then that's another thing too. Social media is another big beast in itself too, because now they want you to feel like you can make up your life, and now they want that's a way to get people depressed or get people against each other, and get people competing with each other, because it's about who's got what, who's flossing what, and it's all these opinions, and people are hiding behind the computer. So that's a whole nother tunnel on top of all the advertisements, on top of the data being breached. Now you got people, that is violating your privacy. And or that it's making you feel a way subconsciously because you're comparing yourself to these other individuals that's online based off of post likes, based off of shares or whatever you want to do, or whatever, pictures of lifestyles, you know. So people don't identify with themselves anymore. You understand me? They don't identify with themselves anymore. And then that's where all this beauty is now not about natural bodies, because you know that's not what's in. Somebody made you know, voluptuous plastic surgery in. So now we have, you know, a whole bunch of pictures of all these women that have these bodies, these unrealistic bodies, because it looks good online. It looks good as a picture. So these are the hidden agendas. They want you to not be yourself. They don't even want you to love yourself anymore. You got to look like this, okay? And that's a whole nother story. I really have to wrap it up because my beautiful son, S-U-N, my handsome son, is about to get in the car. He just got out of practice, and I have to close it out. But I enjoy y'all for coming here. I'm going to touch back more on this. I'm going to be dropping these gems, so just stay tuned because I'm dropping the gems. Peace, love, and light. How was practice?